So one of the things we learned recently with the Epstein files is that, with the 1% that was released, I should say, is that when the government was going after Ghislaine Maxwell, they had to really go through Mar-a-Lago because they were convinced Mar-a-Lago was basically like a core piece of the human trafficking scheme that they were running. Crazy, and I don't know why people don't talk about this nearly enough, but that's what we learned, is that, the authorities thought, oh my God, this is like a core piece of the scheme. Epstein was taking girls from the spa on a regular basis, and we also learned Trump, for years prior, had purposefully been sending girls, including young ones, to Jeffrey Epstein's place for massages, right? So, really disturbing stuff. Well, guess what? We now have a new lawsuit that just dropped. Look at this from the Daily Beast. Trump Club accused of humiliating workers with tight uniform. A former employee is now a former Trump supporter, too. Okay, interesting. So the person that's suing here also was a Trump supporter. Okay, here we go. A former MAGA loyalist says she turned her back on Donald Trump after enduring rampant and humiliating sexual harassment at his Trump National Golf Club in New Jersey. So Mar-a-Lago is in Florida. They have their problems involved with Epstein. Now this is the club in New Jersey. Maria Hadley, an events team member and banquet server at the Bedminster property, alleged in a lawsuit filed in a New Jersey court Monday that female employees were forced to wear revealing uniforms several sizes too small. Meanwhile, men in positions of power at the resort tried to get underage female staffers drunk, oh my goodness, fawned over sexy teenagers, and retaliated against employees who spoke out, according to the lawsuit obtained by the Daily Beast. So everywhere this man is, everywhere he's got one of these clubs, there's always some Epstein shit following him. The 79-year-old president and his son Eric are both named in court filings detailing a toxic culture at the $350,000 a year New Jersey club. Jesus Christ, $350K a year. Hadley, a Trump voter who was hired in February, is suing Trump National for sexual discrimination and harassment. I did not want the president that I believe in and voted for each time he ran to be shown in a bad light or lose face, Hadley wrote in an unanswered message to Eric Trump sent on September 27th. I am absolutely incensed. It marks the second lawsuit in just over a month to ensnare Trump and his second oldest son over alleged conditions at the Bedminster property, both of which were first reported by the Daily Beast. The Bedminster Club, which has two 18-hole courses, promotes itself as a family-oriented, Jesus Christ, as family-oriented. Whether you are looking for premier New Jersey golf, an exceptional wedding venue, or an ideal family retreat, Trump Bedminster has it all, the club's website reads. In her lawsuit, Hadley details a far darker experience. Hadley, who graduated from Mildred Ely Business School in 1994, said it was immediately clear when she was hired that she, quote, walked into a workplace that treated women as nothing but a prop, according to the suit, which was filed by attorneys at McComber and Luber, PC. She said the polo shirt and golf skirt she was instructed to wear were both far too small and too tight. When she told club manager Patricio Nera, who is also named as a defendant, that he had given her a child size, he refused to replace them and allegedly told her, quote, if they don't fit, you don't work. Hadley said it was humiliating being forced to work in inappropriate, revealing clothing until another female employee secretly swapped uniforms with her. Hadley also recounted multiple instances, in which management referred to teenage guests as sexy, as well as repeated occasions when Nero mocked a male employee for being a homosexual and grabbed his subordinate by his head and held it near his own genitalia. What the fuck? She also alleged that the clubhouse bartender served alcohol to minors and made several comments about 12-year-old guests with braces. Oh my God. Does Trump literally go out of his way to find pedophiles to work for him? I literally, how? All these Trump properties are straight up demonic, bro. They're straight up demonic. I don't know what's in the air there, but you're going to need to do some fucking voodoo ass shit after the fact. You're going to need to have some fucking Peruvian shaman come in there and do something to try to do some sort of ceremony to try to purify the air and the atmosphere in there, because the White House is going to be cooked for a generation once he's out of there, if he ever is out of there. I mean, shit. Now we got to start having those conversations, right? But goddamn, man, why are there pedophiles everywhere around Trump? What the fuck? Vodka in a Shirley Temple? What? Oh my God, what in the world? Yes, he always makes me a dirty Shirley if I walk away and not watch him. Oh my God, they're roofing women. Can't wait for the 5-year-old to get that. Get some rest. I will come to you later. I think I was supposed to say talk to you later. I'm like, Raj, I didn't want vodka in this. And he's like, it will give you energy. What the fuck? When he makes me Shirley Temples, I literally have to tell him with Sprite. And if I walk away and come back for it, there's vodka always in it. Oh my God. Management turned against Hadley in June, she said, after she reported the bartender for repeatedly serving female staffers without their consent, a fireable offense she was told would remain anonymous. Instead, the bartender allegedly learned within hours that Hadley had reported him, after which she says male supervisors began retaliating against her. Oh my God. So she talks about, hey, they're making fredophile comments, they're dosing the women, they're doing all these horrible things. And then they hear about it and they retaliate against her. In one instance cited in the lawsuit, Hadley said Trump once visited the clubhouse and told employees they would each receive a $1,000 bonus, specifically looking at her when he made the announcement. The bonuses were ultimately distributed to every employee except Hadley. Oh my God. That is just outright discrimination. Jesus Christ. Her hours were later cut in half. Male coworkers refused to speak to or acknowledge her. And when she attempted to raise concern, she said human resources repeatedly looked the other way, the suit alleges. The situation deteriorated to the point that Hadley said she was hospitalized twice and ultimately resigned. Defendants targeted Miss Hadley because she refused to tolerate pervasive gender discrimination, sexual harassment, and serious legal and safety violations that put employees and customers at risk. Hadley's attorney, Jennifer C. Iodice, said in a statement to the Daily Beast, the Daily Beast has reached out to the Trump Organization, Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, and New York for comment. The White House declined and referred the Daily Beast back to the Trump Organization. The lawsuit adds to a growing list of sexual harassment allegations tied to Trump Bedminster property. I'm telling you, bro, every single fucking property has some Epstein-ass shit going on. This guy it's almost like he's a career creep. He's made a career out of being a creep and setting up clubs for creeps. And it should come as no surprise, all the shit that we learned about Trump being in the Epstein files, that they were best friends for a decade, that he was on his plane at least 8 times that we know of, that he did go to the island, that the first time Trump and Melania allegedly had sex was on the Lolita Express, which was Epstein's pedophile plane, that Trump and Epstein shared a girlfriend. People don't talk about that one nearly enough. Epstein passed off a 20-year-old girl to Trump in 1993. That's another thing that we learned recently. You got that creepy love letter Trump wrote to Epstein for his birthday. Just the list goes on and on. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Never mind the fucking, the allegations of like murder and abortions that he forced the women to get and all sorts of just insane. The Katie Johnson story. Oh my God. Go watch that video I did on the Katie Johnson story. I show you her testimony on that. It is just chilling to watch that. Go check that out. Jesus, man. So yet another lawsuit. And the fact of the matter is, if this was any other president and something like this came out, it'd be such huge news. But since it's Trump, I honestly don't know if anybody else is going to talk about it but us. We're like the only ones talking about it. That the president's golf club has like a rampant sexual abuse problem and pedophilia problem and dosing women problem. And like, it won't even be talked about because he does so much fucked up shit. It's like number 38 on the list today. If it was Barack Obama and this story came out, oh my God, it'd be like the end of his presidency. But here we are. Here we are. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.